Beautiful and lovely gamers, my name is Jonal. It's been a while, especially from Overwatch. I think last time I made an Overwatch video was like 4 months ago, so I think this is a little bit overdue. Hopefully there will be a little bit of Overwatch content actually coming now. I have a VOD review that I want to do because somebody in the Discord wanted to get to Diamond. He's been hard stuck in Platinum for a while, so I'm gonna do a VOD review for him just because, you know, why not? And actually, I've been playing some Overwatch. I've been playing some ranked, having a good time, returning to the game, feeling the nostalgia kind of roll over me after all those times. So, but what I want to talk about today is quitting Overwatch. And I know that's kind of stupid for somebody that just came back to Overwatch and started playing a little bit more, but I want to talk about it because I think that this is kind of one of those videos that isn't really made a lot by content creators. A lot of time it's like, I quit Overwatch, right? Or why I quit Overwatch or something like that. And then it's just somebody ranting about, you know, the meta being shit or whatever. And that's not what this video is gonna be about. This is actually taking inspiration for a League content creator called Scooch. I'll link to his channel down below on that video that he made on League. And it's kind of a similar video that I'm gonna make now on Overwatch, talking about when to quit Overwatch, why so many people are leaving Overwatch, and also why like this is completely fine, and Overwatch is not a bad game. And I know somebody just started laughing, but just hear me out. Now, again, you know, the standard stuff, guys. A like on the video, a comment down below, and all that good stuff helps against the YouTube algorithm. And hey, man, subscribe for the video. Maybe there'll be regular Overwatch content when Overwatch 2 comes out. So, hey, of course, Discord's a link down in the description together with my Twitter. Hey, I'm active sometimes on Twitter, and I actually have a Twitch, but I'm actually considering to go over to YouTube and stream on YouTube. I don't know what you guys think about that. If you guys have any opinions on like streaming on YouTube versus streaming on Twitch. But I'm actually considering going and streaming on YouTube instead of streaming on Twitch whenever I stream, which is, you know, once a fortnight. But whatever. So, Overwatch. Actually, my favorite game. My first competitive FPS games, I got into this in the open beta, and then I bought the game for me and a friend, and then I played it, and you guys know the story, right? I started playing, started making teams and playing with them and stuff like that, started scrimming, all that stuff, hit GM, and started making content and stuff like that. Stopped scrimming as a player, started participating more as a coach, and then I coached a couple of contenders teams, and then I quit the competitive scene. And I actually made a video saying that I quit the competitive scene. I had a lot of reasons to quitting it. A lot of it was just that, you know, I felt like there wasn't really that much. I'm a person that really likes to improve. Like, that is one of my very big things. That's why I'm in, for example, in IT, and why I'm so active in IT. And why I code in my spare time, and why I do capture the flags in my spare time. Because and why I like going to my job, which is just programming, because there is like an infinite skill ceiling. Like, you can never get too good at IT. You can never master all of it. I could live for 200 years and I would never master everything in IT. It's impossible. But when it came to Overwatch, like, I hit a level as a coach where it's like, yeah, there's still probably stuff that I can still improve on. But you kind of get to that level where it is such a small nuance that, you know, there's not much more to do, right? It kind of became, you know, I've seen every meta, so even if we swap it up with something weird, I immediately kind of understand what's going on. I've coached so many individual players that I can coach really anyone individually, even, you know, and now I'm talking more personality traits. And it kind of became, you know, kind of the whole joy of like learning and getting better and like climbing and kind of getting to a higher level and stuff like that, it kind of just disappeared from me. And that's one of the issues when they don't update the game. As a player, I stopped playing Overwatch and started transitioning to Valorant. It's a game that I am, you know, for an Overwatch player, it's a very different game. And it's a game that's very challenging because while I have the mechanics in Valorant, right, there was a lot of like these tactical FPS logics that didn't go in Overwatch. Overwatch is a very unique FPS. Like, you hold W, you push, you deal maximum amount of damage, you are super aggro, and that is Overwatch. You're just like the most aggro piece of shit and nothing else. That is very much an Overwatch kind of mentality. While in Valorant, you know, it's not like holding angles and controlling the map in very different ways. It's not just pushing and claiming space and playing for that space like it is in Overwatch. So for me at least, that was a new challenge and a breath of fresh air. There's updates. There are it's fun to see a dev team that very much actively was balancing stuff. They heard that the community didn't like the emphasis on abilities, so they nerfed abilities. They reduced the count, they increased the price of abilities, they reduced the amount of abilities certain agents could have, and they lowered the price of certain guns, so those guns would see more gameplay. And that was really, really interesting. You know, I've been allowed to talk with the devs in Valorant, which is crazy. I made like 2 really high view, maybe 3 high view Valorant videos, and you know, compared to how many Overwatch videos I've had, I've never ever even heard a word from Blizzard. But after making like 3 high view ones, I got contacted by Riot, and you know, I got to listen to their devs and do dev Q&As with those guys, like where they were taking the game. We get regular patch notes DM to us and stuff like that, and content assets to make content for the game. And you know, that's also just a breath of fresh air for a content creator. But quitting Overwatch, I never made a video quitting Overwatch. I never said I'm done with Overwatch. And the reason is that I wasn't. And I think like in the content creator space, it is not okay, or at least that's what it feels like. Like you cannot stop playing a game without like quitting it. Like where like, oh, the meta is shit, the gameplay stuff, you know, right, everything sucks, right, I miss the old version, right? I have been an active vocal player saying that I do not miss the old Overwatch. I don't miss Overwatch before role queue. I like, yeah, even though when role queue was announced, I said I probably not gonna like this. When role queue was implemented, I love it. I remember queuing for ranked, and if you are an old school Overwatch player, you know this feeling. Queuing for ranked and wondering, are we gonna have a tank player today? Are we gonna have a support player? Who knows? Are we gonna be able to build a decent team composition here? Or what? And while in scrimming, it was fine. Like in scrimming, when you had 6 players, it was fine because then you could do like all kinds of crazy shit. From a competitive, like a solo queue ranked experience, which is what majority of the player base play, including myself, that experience sucks ass. Not knowing if you're gonna have a proper tank lineup. Like, are we gonna have one tank? Is that just gonna be a Roadhog? Are we gonna have a single Ryan? Well, he can't just play Ryan alone, right? Because then he's just gonna get bullied on the map, right? Are we gonna have more than one supporter, right? There was multiple times we played 6 DPS, and hey, I was also one of those that just locked DPS. The logic always being that, hey, you gotta play what you're good at, right? And you have like, I can't play support on a high level, like, you know, in like Masters and GM. I cannot play, and I cannot play main tank on that level either, except maybe Winston, right? So like, you know, I'm gonna play DPS because that's what I'm gonna play. And I do not want it to go back to that. I think it was amazing with role queue. I think that was really, really, really great. I think a lot of the balance changes that has happened has been great. The nerf to break and how the game actually feels now and how it has felt also previously and stuff like that. I think it actually have been in a decent spot as of late. Is a very large box here, like the last probably like 5 months. I think a lot of the balancing has felt fine, at least for somebody that doesn't play it competitively anymore, or doesn't coach it competitively. I just do one-on-one private coaching still, right? For somebody that, you know, that doesn't do that, you know, the meta as well just fine. I get to play whatever DPS I want. I get to play, you know, most tank lineups are valid, most supports are valid, and that's fine, right? That's kind of what I want, and I think that's fine. I quit Overwatch because I'd play too much Overwatch. Like in the end, you play a game for so long, in the end you're gonna get tired of it, and that is what I see from 99% of content creators. I know some people, like when people normally say, you know, I miss the old Overwatch, you don't. Like, most people don't actually miss the old Overwatch. They miss not being tired of Overwatch. Because when you play a game as much as certain content creators and streamers do, you're gonna get tired, bro. Like, you really are. You're gonna get exhausted from playing the game over and over and over again. And that's kind of like the very, very, very big thing with Overwatch, right? You play it so much, you get tired of it. Now, it doesn't help that Blizzard decided some 9 IQ shit to make Overwatch 2 and just drop the dev team for Overwatch. The only thing we get is deathmatch maps. And while deathmatch maps are very fun, Especially the new one that you just released is actually kind of fucking cool. I love it. It doesn't really do anything to the competitive aspect of it, right? Playing ranked. It's the same maps, the same heroes, the same kits. No reworks, no nothing. They're kind of gambling everything on Overwatch 2, which, as I made a video on before, is a gamble and a risk. But at the same time, but very much at the same time, I think that it is... I personally think that it is a bad idea, because what they're just doing is that no content in Overwatch, people are leaving Overwatch, people don't want to play Overwatch, people get more tired of Overwatch, right? So I don't know, man. It's a very big gamble. If Overwatch 2 fails on launch for some reason, right, that is probably that can be quickly the Overwatch franchise can never like regain the glory days of Overwatch 1 release, right? But yeah, when it comes to it, it is just I played the game too much. I have taken a big, maybe like 4 or 5 month break. I started playing it a little bit. I actually got asked by a friend of mine to kind of, hey, do you want to play some ranked? I said, sure. We started playing some ranked. It was actually really, really fun. So there will actually be coming a video of me talking about my return to Overwatch very, very soon, where I will go over some ranked games and talk about stuff like that. And I'm actually very excited. And it felt good. That break was something that I clearly needed. Does that mean I'm gonna go around making guides to Overwatch? No, not really. When there's no balance changes and there's no updates and stuff like that, making content for it is just not entertaining. I'll do some VOD reviews, sure. I'll maybe make a couple of videos talking about some stuff that happened in ranked or stuff like that. I might still make some content around Overwatch since now I played from time to time again. But it's not gonna be a primary thing. When Overwatch 2 comes out, you know, I'm probably jumping on that shit. But currently, that's kind of my thought. I quit Overwatch not because meta bad, not because Blizzard dumb company. I quit Overwatch because I'm tired of it, and that's completely fair. And I think more content creators should agree. Like, you know, you don't quit Overwatch because it's a shitty game. You think it's a shitty game because you played it for so long. Like, you played it for too long. So in the end, it's stuff in the beginning that wasn't boring or wasn't frustrating, right? Quickly becomes frustrating over a long period of time. In the end, you're just gonna get tired of it, and you kind of, when you get tired of it, you look at it very, very negatively, and you kind of feel like everything sucks, and you kind of notice all the flaws that always been there in the game, right? It's always been there. Tanks are super strong. Yeah, tanks have been super strong for Overwatch for a very long time now, right? That's been a very long. That's been just a very long thing. Oh, everybody's so sustained, and while it doesn't help with Baptiste and stuff like that, sustained in Overwatch has been a very big thing for a very long time, right? You know, there's just, you know, right, like, oh fuck, I hate Genji, right? A lot of people fucking hate Genji. Like, you have hated Genji. Genji is weaker now, Dragon Blade wise, than he has been ever, right? So you hate getting nanobladed, but like, this is the best time to get nanobladed in the history of Overwatch. So what are you talking about? You're just tired of getting nanobladed. It's not that the meta sucks ass. You're just tired of that one thing that happened a million times already. And I think that is like the big, I think that's like the big point to kind of make. So yeah, if you're like me and you just like, fuck Overwatch sucks ass, it's the worst game that I've ever played, then maybe take a break, maybe play something else, and then, hey man, return to it in I don't know, like 4 or 5 months, and come back to the game and try it out. And at least for me, it was a really nice fresh breath of air after playing a bunch of Valorant to jump onto Overwatch and play that. And if you if you don't want to go back to Overwatch, then hey, I hope I see you in Overwatch 2. Hopefully I'll be playing a shit ton of Genji in Overwatch 2, bro. There's only one tank, bro. Imagine, dude. That's like 3 other targets to, well, actually that might actually be bad for Genji. Maybe I should make a video on that. Maybe that actually is really bad for Genji, but I'm going off on a rant here. So thank you guys. This is kind of this was a rant video. This was just me, like, I just need to unload thoughts of Overwatch and why the quitting and all that kind of stuff, and how the game has been as of late. This was a very unstructured, very ranty video in true journal style. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Please do the cast the positive. I love you guys very, very much. You know, as always, remember to tell somebody that you love them, and while taking care of others is great. Also, please remember to take care of yourself. My name has been Jonah. As always, keep the enemy in your crosshair.